All right, Sean, man. How you feeling, man? How you doing?
Pretty good, man. How about you? I'm doing great. Hey,
Good, good, man. Can't
you've been
complain.
you've been doing some training, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah. I've been the last couple months, about 4 months now. I just been, with the fight team and training and in the process of getting into a training camp to
Yeah.
fight eventually.
So these first 4 months, it was like the first time ever.
No, I've trained before, but not MMA, you know what I mean? Not with a team or anything like that, just
Yeah.
classes here and there.
Okay.
But yeah, fully dedicating and after sitting on the couch for like 2 years, right? Just like everybody else,
hmm
not really being that active and then just jumping right into training MMA. Yeah, that's basically it. So it's a crash course.
How you liking it?
It's hey man, it's hard as hell. I'm telling you, it's hard as hell. That's all I can describe, man. It's like it's everything's hard. Like everything's difficult. There's
Yes.
never anything that goes the way you plan on it going.
hmm
And you just have to make the adjustments as you go along. If you don't, then you might as well just quit.
Yeah. It's a different type of cardio than like any other workout in any other sport. And I tell people everything, like even the defensive stuff, it hurts everything.
Everything. That's why they call it the hurt business, man. That's why they call it the hurt business. Um, let's jump into, you, man, right away.
Yeah.
You're back in action August 20th, Salt Lake City. I believe it's around 10 months between fights, man. So 10 months is unusual, right? Unusual. I saw that you had a hand injury. Take us through that whole process.
Yeah. So in my two fights ago against Yusuf, June 5th, like 2021, I broke my hand in that fight. And long story short, I just rushed the healing process of it. Doctors were telling me 6 months. I just really, I was unsatisfied with that fight. Would you still there?
Yeah, 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 I'm there.
Oh,
I
okay.
just went full screen. No
Yeah.
worries.
Yeah, it was real, salty about that fight, the way that fight played out. Wanted to get back in there, and instead of waiting a full 6 months, I was back training real pretty hard on it. Like 3 months after, fought 5 months after, and ended up busting it up again. And yeah, had to this time. I just had to take the full amount of time off. Doctor was saying take 6 months off, so I listened to him, and I took even longer than that, just to make sure that it just doesn't keep happening over and over again, and just did everything I could possible to yeah, heal it up.
When you came back earlier than the doctors wanted you to, your hand did not hurt when you were sparring or training or anything like that?
N- nah, nah.
Oh.
I thought it was good. I thought it was good. I thought it was good to go.
Alright, so after the Anglin fight,
About
like,
after the
what
time, right?
yeah?
Yeah. No, I thought I was good. Yeah, I thought I was
Yeah.
good. Yeah, if it would have been hurting me, yeah, I wouldn't have been that stupid. I would have definitely halted and stopped.
Yeah, well, some fighters, man, they don't care. We just was talking about the hurt business, right? Everything hurts, so
Yeah, sure.
they'll fight through it. So, during the healing process, right? How did you keep yourself occupied?
Playing a lot of video games, watching a lot of YouTube, just constantly just trying to learn stuff and
Yeah.
learn more stuff about the body, learn how I can rehab my hand and stuff like that, and just more just taking care of my body and things like that, so other injuries don't happen.
Yeah, for sure. Did you also get I guess a chance to reset a little bit? You know what I mean? Maybe there was maybe other parts of your body that needed some healing. You just got a chance to do it at the same time.
I mean, nah, not
Yeah.
really. Yeah, because I train all the time, so I guess yeah, my body could use the rest. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I was ready to go. I wanted to build off the momentum of my last fight. You know what I'm saying? That's what I
Mhm.
was. That's what this whole time, I've been, stewing on and thinking about, and the thing about dealing with these injuries is like it could be worse. I could be, having to sit around and deal with them coming off of losses, but blessed to be coming off of wins. But I still want to, build on the momentum. I don't want, this is the second time now where it's been, I've taken these big layoffs. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting back in there and putting on another performance like last time and building on that momentum, having a quick turnaround, and yeah, just keeping them rolling.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you get your chance. You're facing Luis Saldana. He is a contender series guy. It seems like a lot of contender series guys are fighting contender series guys now, right? That show has developed a lot of prospects.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm excited it's back. I like, it's another
Mhm.
day in the week to watch fights. I love it when they got contender series going and got the fights on the weekends too. Yeah, you see a lot of people in the contender series jumping in the UFC right away and making waves.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, Luis, he has a decent record, 2-1 in the UFC. What are your thoughts on him and the style that he brings?
Yeah, he's everybody in the UFC is good. He's real experienced, trains at a really good camp, fight ready, one of the best gyms in the world. Trains with a lot of other, UFC fighters. Well rounded. He has just as many finishes by knockout as he has submissions. So and yeah, that's I want to have these opponents that I got a bunch of good things to say about. It motivates me. It's I want to have I don't want to fight clowns. You know what I'm saying? I want to fight
Yeah.
other killers.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And when you look at Saldana and a lot of people just look at fighters in general and say, "Oh, this guy is a striker, this guy is a grappler, this guy has incredible cardio." Do you see Saldana as a specialist in any area?
If I'm being honest, no, not really. I did like the number one thing that's like I said stands out about him is how well rounded he is. I mean,
Mhm.
I know MMA is a sport where you got to everybody has to be real well rounded to be at this level. But yeah, I just think that's the number one thing that stands out about him. As far as his striking, I know he's real kick heavy. He likes to go to his kicks a lot, but overall, he's just real well rounded. He's good everywhere.
What did you think of his last fight? Against Bruno Souza. Bruno Souza, he's a striker. He has that karate background. He went in there and handled him. How did you think about how Saldana handled that fight?
That was a close fight.
Mhm.
I'm not that could have went either way. I'm not too sold on him even winning that fight. That ain't even as a talking shit standpoint. I'm just being honest.
Mhm.
I'm not too sure if he even won that one, but I mean he got the job done. He uh he was good at keeping his composure. I can tell he doesn't like dealing with pressure too much. Uh, and yeah, I think it's a really good matchup for me for sure. And yeah, I
Mhm.
just can't wait to get in there with him and see what he's like. I said, he comes from one of the best gyms in the world. I know he trains with a lot of solid opponents, so I'm just really excited to get in there and put my skills to the test against him.
Saldana, he's 5'11", which is pretty tall for the division. But then you stand next to him and you're 6'2", 6'2", right?
Yeah, yeah, 6'2". I'm the tallest featherweight in the division, but outside
Yeah.
another taller, featherweight, a lot of the featherweight, 5'8", 5'9". There's not too many guys that are
Yeah.
up 5'11", close to 6 foot like me. So yeah, that's yeah, another interesting thing for sure. I think
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
uh, I know for a fact he's used to, in a lot of his fights being the longer guy and having that reach advantage over guys, and he's uses it really well. But yeah, he won't have that luxury against me, and I think that'll also make a big difference.
Yeah, that's gonna be something interesting when the fight first starts to see how he handles being the guy with the not the reach advantage, but the reach disadvantage.
Yeah, 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 for sure. I mean, it's no secret what I'm coming to do.
Mhm.
It ain't you ain't got to do no, too much thing game planning. I'm coming to, I'm coming to knock you out. I'm coming to have a shootout with you. I'm coming to,
Mhm.
put hands on you. So he looks like a guy that from what I watched that he likes to strike. He does prefer to strike over grapple for sure. But
Mhm.
and to be honest, I think that's probably is his game plan coming in here. He probably is thinking that he's gonna strike with me. I don't think he probably ain't even too impressed with my striking. Probably thinks his striking is better than mine. But I think once we get in there and get to going, that he'll start trying to get it to get it to the floor.
When utilizing like your height and your reach advantage, you know what I mean? Like practicing that in training, is it a never ending journey for you? You know what I mean? Do you see yourself ever mastering that? The reach and height advantage?
Master my reach and height advantage.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I think I heard you say, like a never ending journey. I just feel, fighting as a whole is a never ending journey. There- that's one of the most beautiful parts of it is that it's just you never can know everything. You can always learn something new every day. You can always add, find new things to add to your game, things you don't, ain't working for you, swapping stuff out, this and that. Uh, yeah, no, I'm gonna forever be like, a student of the game in every way, and just always be learning.
Wolves Den, man. Seems like you've done your whole camp there. Have you gone anywhere else, or is it at Wolves Den only?
No, no, no. Yeah, I just yeah. I'm at the crib, man. St. Louis.
Mhm.
Yeah, training at Wolves Den, and I do a ton of work with my strength and conditioning coach Matt Owen at Project Deliverance. But yeah, between those two places, that's where I get all my work in. I bounce back and forth. Wolves Den, uh, Project Deliverance, and yeah, those are my spots.
Yeah, there's that never-ending argument about smaller gyms versus the big factory style gyms, right? And then it seems like you're fighting as a guy that represents the smaller gyms. He's like you're fighting all the major gyms, right? Fight Ready, Factory X. Before that, I forgot who you fought. Probably a guy from Extreme Couture. You know what I mean? Like, is that
Yeah,
something that you look at? Does that ever like pop into your brain? Like, hey, man, maybe I could beat a guy from each major gym and represent the small
yeah.
gyms.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I love it.
Mhm.
In this game, like it's a blessing to have just to have uh other things to add more motivation, to give more fuel to the fire. The more the longer I've been doing this for a long time, and yeah, that does, it definitely just adds a little something to it. And yeah, I love it. I have no problem with it. It yeah, it doesn't yeah, I love it. I definitely feed off that for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man. Underdog. Anything to do with underdogs,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
heard
Oh,
that.
oh, man, I've said that before. If I can have it my way, I would forever remain. I love going, yeah, that's just my ideal situation
Yeah,
each and every time.
for sure. And I just wanted to touch on your last performance against Colin Anglin, man. The hooks to the body. I feel like body shots are very underutilized in MMA. What do you think?
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, a lot of yeah, that's one of the first things as a youngster. Went back when I was boxing or whatever. When I first saw MMA, I noticed that like, everybody I saw was real head hungry, and that was the only thing they would swing at, and they would just ignore everything else or whatnot. And yeah, that's just that alone. I feel like uh describes like love the show or shows the levels in striking. An advanced striker when you see a guy that mixes it up and goes to the body just as much as he goes to the head. Not even saying that is just for myself. I'm just talking about even from a fan perspective. When I'm watching striking, when I'm watching a guy strike, like that's just I know what makes the difference.
So how do you see yourself performing against Saldana?
Oh, I'm coming from the ship. I'm coming for the finish. Don't know first, second, or third. I'm not. MMA, anything can happen, but that's definitely going to be on my mind from bell to bell. I'm coming for the finish.
Yeah, finishes, man. Like some guys are just they just have it. They just have that killer instinct. You know what I mean? You kind of were introduced to the world with the spectacular finish, that flying knee knockout of Terrence McKinney on Contender Series. Do you feel like after you have a performance like that, something that goes like viral, you have pressure to replicate a type of highlight like that?
Uh, I mean, I could definitely see how like some guys would or whatever, but like I don't think of it like that at all. I don't. I mean, I just overall feel not even pressure, just the urgency to get the finish. Every time I step in there, and yeah, I feel like I've been in there a few times now where I've had the finish on the tip of my fingers and I've let it go and or could have had the finish and didn't get it, and I'm so damn salty about that yeah, like that going forward that just puts more emphasis on for me to when I watch film on myself. I just can't wait to get back in there and hunt the finish even more.
Do you watch your fights over and over and over again, or is it just something you watch like from time to time?
Yeah, I just overall watch film, yeah, like on me and my opponents, and just yeah, I watch a lot of film for sure.
All right, studying. Well,
Yeah,
hey man, that that studying's, it's gonna come in handy, man. August 20th, UFC 278, Salt Lake City. Sean, always good chopping it up with you, man. Thank you so much for the time.
Oh yeah, man, it's been too long. I'm excited to be back in the mix of things. Thank you for talking to you afterwards.